I keep finding random food on my front porch. Tonight it was a jar of peanut butter. Was it sealed? Because if so, score, dude. My mom told me to stop vaping in the house, and my dad just texted me this. They're conspiring against us. Vapors, rule, stay strong. Update. This is the Vape Lord. Puff and blow at mom. I am your father. Ha ha ha. Me. I'm not very hungry. I just want something easy. Server. Maybe the chicken strips for $6? Maybe it does, but that doesn't help me with my hunger. Good one! They let you sleep for 7 hours in a classroom? Wild! I once passed out in history class and woke up at 5 p.m. History was at 8. They let me sleep in a goddamn classroom. Maybe because the teachers are scared of me, but yeah, I gotta go before I die inside. Yeah, it was because the teachers are so scared of you. A guy saw me changing my tire today and then came over, grabbed everything, and finished changing it. After he was done, I said thank you, and he replied, a lady should know how to change a tire, but a lady shouldn't have to change a tire. That's what being a gentleman means. No? And then all the customers clapped. This morning, I was asked if I wanted oat milk in my coffee. I informed the girl behind the counter that it's not physically possible to milk an oat and immediately left the coffee shop. I will never return. Okay, alpha male, that's fine. You do you, brother. I saw one of these pageants going on in the center of a local Florida mall one day. My 4-year-old daughter was with me, and she whispered, "Thank you for not making me do that, Mommy. She was born wise." I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. Is this Watch Dogs? A guy whistled at me at the gym. 30 minutes later, I saw him going to the treadmill, used my phone to hack it, and set it to 50 miles per hour. He fell on his ass, and the owner gave me a free 12-month subscription. Okay, but this one's a joke, though. This one's obviously a joke, though. I want people trying to make us believe it. My Beatles-obsessed daughter decided to mark today's anniversary of George Harrison's death by trying to summon him to the school music room. It's a Catholic school, and they phoned me in horror to tell me, yeah, you may never stop laughing. Sure. No, you know what? Hold on. Oh, man, this is like my 30th of the day. A video, not can of water. Femoid, grandma, and Chad grandson? My grandmother now calls me Chad. She's honestly the only femoid, I think that's how you say it, doesn't matter, I don't respect that word, who I respect. I showed her Chad memes, told her about incelism, told her about Chads and the 20/80 rule. Now she goes, how's my Chad doing, because she knows I want to be a Chad. When I helped her open a jar, she said, it's nice to have a strong young man in the house. You're a real Chad. I actually felt so validated there. Oh, well, that just makes me sad. A woman in the elevator just complimented me on my hair, and then I complimented her on her shoes. We got to our floor. My 5-year-old whispers, are you friends? Why are you saying nice things to each other? And then straight out of a scene from a movie, the woman reopens the elevator door and says, because we're women. And honestly, honey, it's our job to hold each other up. Mommy owl. Right, like a straight out of a scene from a movie. Maybe because that's exactly what you were thinking when you wrote this. Got ready for school today and realized I accidentally dressed like... yeah, just shows how similar we are. I'm literally him, a manipulative badass that can and will control you. Yeah, you totally accidentally dressed like that. Total mic drop moment. Standing in front of my favorite taco joint watching the World Cup highlights on TV waiting for my food. Older white dude, decked out in camo and a Browning hat, said to me, soccer or football? I say hockey and we have a good laugh. Then drop the bomb on him. Nah, it's football. Americans would try and steal a sport and name it something else. Gives me the racist stare of disappointment. I grab my food and dip. Mic drop! What? My kid is so smart, guys. How do I make sure he fits in with the stupid kids? My kid knows the alphabet in English, Spanish, Russian, and I'm pretty sure Chinese. He taught himself all of everything but English. I don't know what else to do with him. To help encouraging him. He was not qualified for pre-K and has a birthday that he won't be able to attend school till September. That just reads weird. He knows addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Well, we're working on that. Negative numbers. He knows everything a kindergartner and further should know. We don't want to excel him because we find it important he's with his peers, but I'm confused? It's our first and only child. Current time of posting, he's 4. Bullshit. My blind friend was told by a group of people that he needs to die because he is white. Think about this for a moment. And yes, it's a true story. Happened earlier today. Maybe this should actually just go on I'm 14 and this is deep. I think it belongs there as well. Made it through all the checkpoints without noticing the wrong picture. Tried to use the Shutterfly mobile app to design my Christmas cards. Selected the wrong photo from my camera roll, so now I have 90 of these. Yeah, because you add the photo at the very, very end of the entire process and have no idea what you're getting. One thing that Jackson does that makes me so incredibly proud of him is wherever we are, if he sees a veteran, he makes a point to shake their hand and thank them for their service. He does this without me pointing someone out or telling him to thank them. If he sees them wearing a veteran hat, he'll ask if that's what it says. He's still learning to read, and then he goes to them and thanks them. I'm sure of that. When people tell me their anxiety is bad, but in 5th grade I staged a robbery in my room that even fooled the police because I couldn't find my iPad and didn't have the heart to tell anyone. Sure, honey. Okay. When a 60-year-old lady sitting next to you on the plane says, "Hey, I love your LinkedIn content." I was baffled, guys. One message. Don't delay it any longer. Start posting today. LinkedIn's worth it. Okay, bye. P.S. If you don't start posting, you're a grandma hater. Yeah. The 60-year-old lady follows you on Instagram. Potato historian. Was walking through Nottingham earlier today and came across this potato van. I said to the woman, Robin Hood, if he was a real person at all, would have been alive between 1330 and 1380, yet the potato didn't reach Nottingham until at least 1586. I told her she knew nothing about potatoes and I made her cry. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. OMFG, I literally know this person and their mom is alive as well. My mom passed away last weekend. I emailed her professors to ask for a 24-hour extension. Professor number 1 only gave me an extra 12 hours. Professor number 2 told me to do the assignment for the week when I could and asked if I wanted to share my favorite memories of her instead. Be like Professor number 2. Yikes. My ex's new girlfriend broke up with him. She's like, if you can leave a girl who's hot as hell like her, then I don't trust you or your fake promises. Alright. When I was a minor, I skipped school and went off to the pub for a day. I looked older than the other kids, so I was able to sneak in. Apparently, one of the teachers was doing the same thing and caught me. He literally said, "You didn't see me, I didn't see you." Not true at all. But that's neat. That's a fun story. It blows my mind people look at you weird for dressing nice. Don't let the cover fool you. I will beat your ass in this suit, then kick in your teeth for getting blood on it. Just told this dude, I'm sorry I don't wear pajamas in public, but if you want me to skull f*** you in Walmart, look at me and smirk one more time. Thought the mofo was gonna cry. I hate this area. This is a combination of That Happened and I Am Very Badass. Eric Trump's totally real and not at all made up morning routine. Oh, let's see what we got. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning every single morning. I say the Pledge of Allegiance to my 5-year-old and 3-year-old. Then I say the Lord's Prayer. Then I say 2 other family prayers. That's how I live a clean, positive life. Right. The amount of people that texted me telling me Wednesday is like watching a camera crew follow me around all day. I started it. I see what you mean. Oh, you're the main character. Y'all, I just got pulled over while listening to We Don't Talk About Bruno. And the cop was twirling her hips and humming Dolores as part of the song while writing me a speeding ticket. And she was like, you know, what was the main character Mirabelle power? Because I'm sure in hell wasn't singing. Sticks out tongue, makes a silly face as she laughs at her own joke. Me. Mercy laughing, hoping she spares me. Her. Tells me her favorite character is the girl who can hear everything. Rips ticket out of book, hands it to me and tells me, it's just a warning, but don't let... Okay, sure. That was nearly impossible to read. My entire class, when CPS came in and said, Hannah, we need to talk to you, and I just looked at them and said, bro, I'm about to win this game. Can y'all wait 5 minutes to ruin my life? Sure. I've dealt with CPS. I'm sure that's what you said to them. A woman with a salad walked past me in the restaurant and said, you know a cow died so that you could eat that beef burger. I said if you weren't eating its food, it might have lived. That doesn't make any sense. Didn't peak in high school. Older DJ here. I was DJing my 25th high school reunion. The class president came up and said, you really need to play insert indie bull here. It's new, it'll get the crowd going. So I mixed it in and the crowd stopped and stared. I got on the mic and said, ladies and gentlemen, this is a request from your class president, show some respect. They booed him. I swapped the song and got the floor jumping again. I looked over at him and said, some of us didn't peak in high school. He walked away salty as hell. It's fine if you're a DJ, dude. You don't have to pretend like it's so much better than everything everybody else was doing at the reunion. On a Facebook dinosaur group, no child can say that. Hell, most adults can't either. My daughter's almost 2 and just woke up and said, no, she did not. Yesterday, I went to a busy intersection in the city and put up a sign saying free hugs for atheists. Thousands of atheists came up for a hug. Most of them admitted they haven't felt the touch of another human for years. One even broke down in tears and said, "Thank you. This is all I needed to give up my life of atheism, crime, and drug abuse. Tomorrow I'll go to church and rededicate my life to God." Atheists don't need scientific evidence or irrefutable facts to give up atheism. All they need is some love and kindness. Even if this one is a joke, it's so bad. I've been out of the dating game so long I'm not sure what works anymore. My own revenge against my last ex was to destroy his love for his favorite band. Like, all he talked about was this band. He followed them across the country to see them, had gear signed from all the members. He lived, breathed, and would have died for this band. So naturally, when we broke up, I took the VIP meet and greet tickets that I bought and went to the show. Then I told the band I wanted revenge against my ex, and they were all too happy to oblige in my little scheme. Took some naughty Polaroids with the band and mailed them to my ex. Ran into him about 5 years later. He told me he threw everything out, photos included, and that he's never listened to their music since he opened my little surprise. Told him it served him right for treating me like dirt. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Sure. Shep's excited he was watching the same thing as me. I really thought he was watching cartoons, not the news. 5-year-olds like to know current events. Go figure. Okay, this is just that scene from South Park when Ike is on the couch at Kyle's house watching... Well, of course he'd be at Kyle's house, he lives there. When Ike's on the couch watching CNN or something like that, and Kyle needs to use the TV, but no. It's Ike's turn. He wants news. Blah, 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 blah said she gets hit on everywhere she goes, with men asking for her number even when she's shopping for toys for her kids. Sure, hon. Not to brag or anything, but my kids and I were at the mall today, and a man walked up to me and introduced himself as a recruiter for a modeling agency. He was interested in Leah and signed her up on the spot. He even went to upper-end stores and borrowed some outfits and accessories and did a photo shoot at no cost. When Leah went to return the borrowed clothes, the employees told her she could keep everything and to keep inspiring young women to go after their dreams. Other shoppers in the store came up to her and offered to buy her more things to help boost her career and confidence. Now, to figure out where to put all those clothes and accessories she got, sure, I place my order with a new barista. She's struggling and not having the best day, it seems. She makes drink, messes up, needs help, manager sighs and helps. Looks at cup, reads name reluctantly with a smirk. Deadpool? Me, made you smile. Everyone waiting laughs. Thank you. Sir, if you're not in a rush, can I try to make it again real fast? Everyone cool with that? Yeah? Sip, sip. Extra shot of smiles. Go make someone's day. It doesn't take much. I suppose. And everyone in the Starbucks doubled over in laughter. I stopped by Starbucks this morning to get hot tea to help with this cold I have. Me, can I have that mint flavor hot tea, please? Server, sorry, sir, we're all out. How about the green tea? All out of that, too. Dang. Server says, genderly, those two sell out quick. Genderly? I was a little confused. Me, I'll just have a non-binary black coffee. Good comeback. Do you think she got it? That was awful. There was no hint of humor in that one. I'm sorry. I legitimately thought, even till the end, that they just messed up the spelling. Come on! Was this a Tim Allen stand-up bit? Because it's fairly normal for a kid to speak that way. Oh boy, it's a blue check mark. Took the kids to the movies today to watch a Disney cartoon called Strange World. Within 10 minutes of the movie, my 10-year-old son said, "Dad, I have no desire to watch this movie. Can we leave?" We left. The leaders at Disney have forgotten who the paying customer is. No, they know. They know. It's just, man, they can get away with doing whatever they want, can't they? Like a decent movie? How dare they? Checking to make sure my boyfriend really has ADHD and isn't just using it as a way to get out of folding laundry. I remember when I came home after my boyfriend with ADHD was supposed to do the laundry, and I found him playing 4 games on 4 consoles at the same time. Right. What do people think ADHD is? What do you actually think it is? Why does everything have to be quirky and a unique main character trait? Just stop, man. That one time I turned on his location, found he was at a strip club. I went there and told the strippers. They helped me get ready to be next on stage. Yeah, there's no way that happened without any proof. There's no way that happened without you documenting it. I'm sorry. You don't do something that's that gotcha and not give yourself some future proof of it. Kids folding laundry and chatting. 13-year-old. Why are the pyramids in Egypt? 10-year-old. because they're too big for the British to steal. All three cackled loudly. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's okay. And then Jesus rose back from the dead and clapped. Let us continue. Just went to the store with my hoodie that spells atheism in periodic table letters. The clerk said that's an offensive thing to wear. I simply asked why, and he couldn't come up with an answer. Then he said that their customers are religious. I said, you mean the people who have a corpse nailed to a torture device hanging from a chain around their necks? They find a word on my shirt offensive? Why would I care? He stood there with his mouth open wide as he handed me my change. You showed them. My friend said I want to manifest an artistic boyfriend. I'm like, cool, set the intention. Within the next few days, she's walking past a random guy. He stops her and says, are you looking for me? She's like, who are you? He said, I go to the art college down the street. Bruh. No. Dad's girlfriend. Have you done headstands before? Me. Nope. I just felt like I really wanted to do one, and that I would be able to. I guess my inner strength allowed me to pull this off. Okay. So, this happened to my bro-in-law this morning in Wilmington. Thank God he didn't touch it, but the store manager said that was the second time this week at that store. People just be aware of your surroundings. Trafficking, etc. is real. The $100 bill was fake and laced with a substance that will make you pass out within minutes. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Why of all things would you fake trafficking to get attention? Of all things! Why would you do that? It's an important, serious issue. Why are you making crap up? You'd think he'd be better at telling fake stories. You'd think all these people would be better at telling fake stories. Ted, this past week I heard from an FBI agent who pulled me aside, big strong man with tears in his eyes, and said, there are so many of us who are so upset about what's happening to the FBI that it's been turned political. What? I'm a burly 6'6" dude, and know this well. Though in my age and my chronic lower back pain, my stride has slowed quite a bit. But still, I come off as an imposing mountain. One time I was walking home alone in the wee hours of the morning. A girlfriend texted me, be careful. I texted back, of what? She said there could be bad people out there. Just as she wrote that, I looked up and there were about 4 street rats heading my way, probably between 15 to 18. Hoods up, shoving each other around, looking like they were up to no good, and I was in a rough neighborhood. They looked up, spotted me, then ran across the road. I texted back, babe, I think I'm the bad people. No, you're just the bad at stories people. When I was 10, I gave my school lunch to a kid who couldn't afford food for a month. Just 1 month. 20 years later, I got into med school and couldn't afford tuition. He reached out to offer me lending his savings because you helped the trash collector's son. Shut the front door. God, that's so lame. Dilbert creator meets the mechanical elves. What? Here's weird story I promise is true. Yesterday, I had an almost hallucinogenic experience of communicating with the creators of the simulation. I spoke with them out loud for about 30 minutes and could feel a presence, but I was skeptical. I offered them a challenge. Okay, so that guy's lost it. I was doing prayers with my oldest tonight, and he literally left me choking back tears. Sometimes when I'm feeling anxious, God touches me, he said. What do you mean, bud? I asked. Not like with his hand. It's a different. Why am I like this? He touches my heart. He's 4 years old. That made me all weird. Okay, I don't like it. Frickin' rockets is too frickin' heavy. My 2-year-old son after his toy rocket failed to reach orbit. Stop making up things that your kid said. Although that one's at least a little more believable. Not much, but I mean, at least he didn't say something completely ridiculous. Today, after a 72-hour shift at the fire station, a woman ran up to me at the grocery store and gave me a hug. When I tensed up, she realized I didn't recognize her. She let go with tears of joy in her eyes, and with the most sincere smile, she said, on 9/11, you carried me out of the World Trade Center. Man, that is pretty next level. I was paramedic on an ambulance, transporting elderly Hebrew gentlemen. I saw his number tattoo, and I guess he saw me staring. He looked me dead in the eye and said, worst summer camp ever. Okay. Restaurants hate this one trick. I save a fortune by always carrying a portable mobile signal jammer with me. I go out for a meal, ask for the bill, and when it comes, I turn on the jammer. This stops their PDQ working, meaning that they can't take payments with cards. After about 20 minutes, they give up and it's a freebie. If this was true, why would you be admitting to it? I was in the grocery store today and this elderly lady passed out in the aisle. The girl with her said that her grandma was a diabetic and that her sugar was probably low. I asked if she had something to check it with, and she dug through her grandma's purse and found the little meter finger prick thing. Sure enough, her numbers were low. Yeah, because they just save or constantly tell you. It's the finger prick method, man. I jumped into action and frantically started digging in the purse for some insulin and found some and gave Grandma a shot in her belly. And just like that, she came to and thanked me. Other people in the aisle started thanking me too. Felt good to be needed. Forgot I changed the autocorrect in my friend's phone when I was drunk last night, and I think it's safe to say her Uber passenger rating is gonna go down. Sure. Yeah, the stupid Biden puzzle one. That one's at least somewhat believable, man. I don't believe it, but it's more believable than a lot we've seen today. What?